Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are now. I'm Maria Grazia Maglione, TESOL Italy President, and it is a pleasure to welcome you to TESOL Italy 47 National Convention entitled Promoting Hope in ELT. We have just heard the famous lines by Emily Dickinson, and I thank Laura Jane McWilliams for her performance. By echoing these lines, this year TESOL Italy Conference wishes to provide a message of hope for the whole ELT community, and I could add that we really need it. Despite the critical situations we are living worldwide, we would like to underline how important hope can be, especially in times of adversity. Hope is a powerful word, which helps us face the new educational challenges posed by the increasingly complex international scenario, as well as understand and address global issues and core values in English language teaching. As ELT teachers and educators, we should play a crucial role in promoting human rights and democratic citizenship education. Also, hope is a meaningful word. So our priority today is to focus our attention on the thematic areas explained by the acronym HOPE. H stands for human rights, O for oracy skills, P for professional development, E for educational values. So our today conference wishes to offer a space for reflection and discussion on the importance of fostering human rights and democratic values in the classroom and developing our learners' critical thinking skills, social and civic competencies, and oracy skills. Promoting hope in ELT also means to encourage learners positive feelings such as optimism, self-confidence, hope for future, and create an emotionally supportive environment in which they can feel safe, motivated to engage and achieve educational success. In the next 2 days, we also would like to take some time to consider the difficulties some of our colleagues, affiliates, associates in the world are experiencing due to crises, disasters, or conflicts, and find a way to support them in a spirit of a mutual collaboration and cooperation. I hope you'll enjoy the convention and you'll play your role in promoting hope in ELT. And now I will give the floor to Daniela Cucurullo, Vice President of TESOL Italy, Convention Chair and incoming President. Daniela, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Maria Grazia, and hello, everyone. We are very pleased to introduce you the guests in this opening ceremony and listen to their welcome messages. Ben Lowenthal, Acting Press Attaché of US Embassy in Rome, Rachel Loney, Country Director of British Council Italy, Diana Saccardo, Inspector at Italian Minister of Education, Gisella Langer, Foreign Languages Inspector and Expert for Italian Minister of Education, Michael Ennis, TESOL Italy Second Vice President. I'd like to invite Mr. Ben Lowenthal to speak first. Ben, the floor is yours.
Tipicamente all'inizio vorrei offrire alcune parole in italiano pessima, ma non ho nessuna vergogna oggi in parlare nel nostro ben amato inglese. So thank you very much. It is a pleasure indeed for me to be participating with you in this opening of your 47th conference of TESOL Italy, which of course is taking place virtually this year. I would like to congratulate Maria Grazia Maglione, President of TESOL Italy, and the entire executive committee for the excellent work that you have done in the virtual space and transitioning from in-person to virtual. I would also like to acknowledge, going from the small to the large, all Italian teachers and university professors who are teaching English language and thereby United States culture, and thereby further helping to foster mutual understanding between our countries. This U.S. Embassy, like all U.S. embassies, gives great importance to this topic, the topic of teaching English to speakers of other languages. And as the title of this year's conference says, educators play a crucial role not only in teaching a discipline, the discipline, but in raising students' awareness, in particular values that we consider important, such as diversity, inclusion, critical thinking, social skills, civic skills. We are proud to give our contribution to the TESOL field. Since 2006, we have sponsored the Fulbright English Teaching Assistant Program in Italy. And through this program, we bring young American professionals to secondary schools in Italy to give Italian students the opportunity to have firsthand exposure to English from native speakers, as well as cultural connection with the United States through these teachers. We also offer free distance learning resources and programs for English teaching professionals in Italy, allowing them to take innovative and university level classes, again, online. Conferences like this one are, as you know, opportunities to put together for your consideration best practices to think about the future of the profession, basically how to be more effective as teachers. The education of young people is a priority for everyone. You, however, know better than anyone about the challenges that it involves, especially when you're dealing with students who suffer from discrimination or emergent circumstances. You also know that the demand for English language learning around the world grows and grows and grows. And you also know that the English language can be more than simply a language. It can be a way to open doors. And it is fundamental for creating opportunities, new opportunities for young people as they grow into their lives. The U.S. State Department, the United States government, is committed to continuing support for the teaching of the English language around the world. My hope is that your discussions today and tomorrow will catalyze good ideas about how best to do what you do. And although you are enthusiastic, I presume, about technologies, you also know that at the end of the day, nothing is as important as the teacher. So congratulations, TESOL. Many thanks and buon lavoro. Grazie.
Thank you, Ben, for your kind words and your precious contribution to this opening ceremony. Now I'd like to invite Rachel Lowney.
Good morning, everybody. It's a great pleasure to be here today at the start of the 47th TESOL Italy conference. My name's Rachel Lowney and I'm the country director for British Council in Italy. Thank you to Maria Grazia and the whole team at TESOL Italy for this kind invitation, and congratulations to you all on producing this conference. I know how much work that must be. English language teaching, learning and assessment are one of the three core pillars of our work at the British Council across the world, along with education and culture. Seeing your approach using HOPE is as a very clever acronym. I was inspired by this, and I hope to add some food for thought and would like to offer 4 other words that make up the acronym HOPE that are relevant to our work, I believe, in English language teaching and learning, and that also reflects our current world, where we face, as Maria Grazia said in her introduction, challenges of immense scale that are affecting us all, from living in a post-COVID world to the devastation of the war in Ukraine, to political instability, the climate change emergency that is being addressed now in Egypt at COP27, the economic austerity that exists or looms due to recession and the escalating living costs across the world. So starting with H, I've chosen hybrid. Hybrid comes from the learning that came out of the COVID era which forced us then into virtual learning, and has now resulted in a compromise of hybrid teaching and learning. Our teachers, all of you, have become experts at juggling all sorts of versions of teaching and learning: virtual learning, face-to-face, in presenza, and hybrid. And in these times of change and transformation, I noticed that at this conference, there are sessions still looking at the change in ELT and what teachers might need in the future, where surely the medium of learning is a key factor. So my O is optimism. And at the British Council and across our partner network in Italy, for example, working with our Isley partners and beyond, we have learnt to be optimistic, remain optimistic, but also realistic about the fact that our customer behaviours and choices affected by the COVID experience and by difficult economic choices are changing. Optimism is a critical ingredient to feed the energy to be resourceful and continually push ourselves to think in new and creative ways about how we can best meet our learners' changing needs, and how as organisations we support our teachers with their professional development. My P is progress. Progress in every sense, be it looking back and seeing how far we have come, or getting our students to be reflective about their progress as learners and benchmarking their competency and celebrating milestones. Progress can sometimes mean accepting that we must stop doing something we used to do or we've done for many years, and recognise we need to change direction, move our focus to a new customer group, change our product, switch our means of learning. Progress can be really tough, but it's rewarding if we have clear goals and objectives in mind. On the subject of progress, my British Council colleagues Stephen Copeland and Ruth Horsfall will focus on the future of English, past and future predictions, and how might this impact the role of the English language teacher. They're going to present some findings from a British Council multi-phase research project called The Future of English. And the aim of the project is to identify key trends that will define the role of English as a global language in the coming decade, and the issues and opportunities for countries around the world in achieving their goals for the use of English in their context. I hope that you enjoyed this session. And my final letter for hope, E, is for endurance, in two senses. Firstly, the endurance of the importance of the English language as a lingua franca, to build bridges as a common language of communication, provide opportunities for learners to improve their future employment prospects, and be a motivator as well for professional development and personal growth and achievement. And secondly, the endurance and commitment of our teachers in our ELT communities here in Italy and across the world to move forward and continue to learn and evolve your practice with such optimism despite all the challenges. So you see, I've taken the liberty of adding another 4 words to the HOPE acronym. I hope you don't mind, Maria Grazia, and the team in TESOL Italy. So now we have human rights and hybrid, oracy skills and optimism, professional development and progress, educational values and endurance. But in the end, hope is the most important word of all. I wish you all a really productive and enjoyable conference. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rachel, for being here today and for your inspiring insights. Now I'd like to invite Diana Saccardo to speak.
Thank you very much. I hope you can hear me well. So first of all, sorry for my voice because I have little voice today because of a sore throat. Anyway, I hope I can make it. So first of all, good morning, everybody. I'm here today as a representative of the Ministry of Education and Merit, and I thank you for inviting us. It is for me a great honor and a great pleasure to open this conference. First of all, I wish to bring greetings from Mr. Fabrizio Manca, the Director General of la Direzione Generale per gli Ordinamenti Scolastici, la Valutazione e l'Internazionalizzazione del Sistema Nazionale di Istruzione, where I work. We all know that we are facing challenges for language learning in education nowadays in Italy, and not only in Italy. The main challenge is ensuring the achievement of the expected learning outcomes in foreign languages, English included, in all levels of education, also in vocational education and training, where less emphasis is put on languages, with respect to the national steering documents. At the European level, less than 50% of learners reach the independent user level in the first foreign language, which is English, at the end of upper secondary education. So, how to improve the level of achievement of learners in the foreign language area and in English in particular? All the presentation in this conference aim at this goal, but I wish to highlight a couple of examples to which the Ministry of Education and Merit is closely related to. The first one, CLIL is a methodology which, while proving efficient for enhancing language learning, increasing the curriculum time, is not used widely enough. In June 2022, the Ministry of Education, because that was the name at the time, published a new decree regulating the framework for CLIL training, which extends this opportunity to all teachers, including pre-primary and primary teachers, as well as teachers working in training. You will hear more of this presentation of my colleague, Gisela Langer. Then, the use of the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, CEFR, is recommended both in the recommendation of the European Council on a comprehensive approach to the teaching and learning of languages, and in the new Council of Europe recommendation on the importance of plurilingual and intercultural education for democratic culture, for developing language curricula, testing and assessment, and boosting language learning. As an example of the effective use of the CFR, last year, the Ministry of Education funded a project called Promoting Pedagogical Plurilingual Innovation through online and on-site learning, aiming at supporting language teachers with the use of digital and non-digital, that is blended, resources for the implementation of an action-oriented approach through the development of plurilingual scenarios and the use of descriptors of the CFR-CD. Again, you will hear more about this in the presentation of the team from the University of Toronto, Ontario, as the project was developed in partnership with them. English is the most learned foreign language across Europe and not only. And here we are in a conference addressed to teachers of English as a foreign language. However, if we embrace the plurilingual view, we should start thinking that English cannot be learned in isolation and be kept separated from the other languages of a learner's repertoire, whether learned at school or by direct experience, because all languages interconnect with one another. But the main challenge to make all this happen lies in improving the effectiveness and quality of language teaching and learning, thanks to well-prepared and motivated teachers. And this is our hope, just to recall the key words of this conference. Continuous professional development, which is one of the words of the acronym of HOPE, that is the process of taking responsibility for your own development as a teacher, is crucial for this. The present conference and all the other initiatives put in place by TESOL as an association of the English language teachers help you develop as teachers by increasing your awareness of the importance of the effectiveness of teaching and learning while promoting hope for the future. I'd like to conclude that the Ministry of Education and Merit is grateful to TESOL for cooperating in the field of foreign languages, English in particular, as we share the same ambitions, and we do hope to continue our cooperation in the future. Thank you for your attention, and sorry for my voice.
Thank you very much, Diana, for being here and for your useful contribution as representative of the Italian Ministry of Education. Now, I'd like to leave the floor to Gisela Nagin.
A pleasure to be here today. Thank you very much for organizing this exceptionally good conference. And thank you very much to the President, Maria Grazia Maglione, and the Vice President, Daniela Cucurullu, who have been working so much during these past 2 difficult years. I'm not talking too long since my colleague, Diana Saccardo, who is the in-charge inspector. I'm a former inspector still working with the Ministry of Education and collaborating with different projects. But what I'd really like to point out is the exceptional work all teachers and head teachers as well have been developed during these past 2 years. And the efforts, all of them has been organizing all around the country, trying to emphasize the importance of having a good way of facing problems. And I really appreciate HOPE as an acronym and as the title of this conference. Of course, we could have different shades of interpretations of this conference, yet I think that the most important aspect, which is self-evident, is the fact that we are really a community. Whenever we talk about languages in this country, we really see the difference between language teachers, be them for English, German, French, Arabic, and any other language, and the teachers of other subjects who are not yet so organized and so supported by associations. In my opinion, associations such as TESOL, which is not only an Italian association, but it is a worldwide organization. And if I'm not wrong, next week there will be the very big international conference. So I really appreciate the work people like Maria Grazia and Daniela and all the team working with TESOL are doing. And also, of course, the members of the associations in Italy are developing different activities which are of great importance for foreign languages, English mainly, of course, in this country. The best practices you're going to see during this conference have different opportunities for teachers to understand what are the leading activities one should develop in order to be part of an up-to-date and really important future for education. And of course, Diana Saccardo mentioned the 2 recommendations that are leading the ministerial actions, and I've been active in 2 different projects, and I will be glad to focus on the general ideas that the ministry is offering for CLIL. And also, I strongly suggest you to focus on the plurilingual presentation that the Toronto team will offer for the project on plurilingual education that the ministry has supported in 3 different regions, Lazio, Lombardia, and Campania. Of course, there are plenty of other important presentations to listen to. And again, if you follow a pathway in order to make your choices, you will see that you will end up with great enthusiasm for the new proposals of best practices and new ideas that this conference is going to offer, focusing mainly on human values and peace, in my opinion, is the real importance of this conference today.
Thank you very much, Gisella, for joining us today and for your continuous expert and enthusiastic support to Italian teachers with your European and international perspective. Now I'd like to leave the floor to Michael Ennis.
Thank you very much, Daniela. So I would just like to make a few announcements about some of the events during the convention. We highly recommend that you visit the virtual booths during the lunch break and interact with our sponsors. Do not miss our social event, Fergal Kavanaugh's Songs of Hope at 6:45 p.m. today, Italian time, of course. To learn more about TESOL Italy activities and projects, please visit our own virtual booth. You can also join the TESOL Cafe with the Trieste local group on Friday at 11. And you can participate in our panel about TESOL Italy publications on Saturday at 6:15 p.m. On Saturday morning at 8 a.m., everyone is welcome to attend the TESOL Italy General Assembly. Do not forget to vote for the new executive.
Michael, we can't hear you anymore.
Me at all?
Yeah,
You can hear me now?
yeah.
Okay, that's very weird. Okay.
Don't forget to vote.
Don't forget to vote was the last thing you heard. Okay.
Yes.
So don't forget to vote for the new executive committee and for the first and second vice presidents for the years 2022, 2024. And last but not least, don't forget to join our raffle on Saturday at 7 p.m. during our closing ceremony. Thank you so much for your attention, and we hope that you enjoy this year's TESOL Italy National Convention. And I would like to pass the mic back to Daniela for some final announcements.
Thank you, Mark. Now we are excited to announce the winners of this year's Ciro di Giulio Maria Award, which is aimed at empathetic, proactive teachers who have tried to create a positive and hopeful environment in their classroom. This year, the prize has been assigned to 2 teachers who were able to encourage their learners' positive feelings, such as optimism, self-efficacy, self-esteem, and hope for the future. The winners are Teresa Di Curzio, secondary school teacher at Isa Amaldi in Rome, and Giulia Severini, primary teacher at Istituto Comprensivo Vito Fabino, Latina. Congratulations to both of you. And now I want to read the motivation of the award. The Ciro di Giulio Maria Award 2022 is being given to Teresa Di Curzio because she was able to create an emotionally supportive environment in the classroom and help the students develop social and civic competencies. The Ciro di Giulio Maria Award has been given to Giulia Severini as she promoted respect for human rights and democratic values in her classroom practice, also fostering positive emotions and empathy in her students. So congratulations to both of you. Both Teresa and Giulia will receive a free membership to TESOL Italy for 2024 and a free online course offered by Liovi School of English. We warmly thank for generous support. The videos they have created to share their teaching experience will be uploaded on the convention site and will be accessible for 1 month like all the convention sessions. I'd like to inform you that all the sessions will be available at the scheduled time and then available as recorded sessions for 1 month following the convention. We'd like to close this opening ceremony with a special thank on behalf of the Board of Presidents and the Executive Committee of TESOL Italy to the Public Affairs section of the USA Embassy of TESOL International for making Laura Baker, Grazia Maria Mendoza, and Denise Murray presents possible at this year's convention. to the British Council for sponsoring Mike Solly and Ruth Horsfall, and all the sponsors, gold, silver, and bronze, and all the other who contributed to the success of this convention. I hope you all enjoy all the sessions and the social events in this today convention. Thank you very much for this, for being here today, and enjoy the convention again.
Thank you. So let's move to the next sessions.
You said that the road to happiness was long and winding. You said that the forest would get dark, and that the ground could shift here upon this hill we're climbing. No matter how close we get, we're still so far. But I trust we'll find the clearing. I'm trusting the trail. No matter what we're feeling, there's one way we can't fail. Let's just keep hiking. Let's plant our feet. Let's just keep hiking. Keep hiking with me. Hold my hand, baby. Keep hiking with me. You said the road up to success was an impossible test unless we had some sort of map. And I could feel it in my chest just as our feet begged us to rest. I think this just might be the end of that. But I said I trust we'll find the clearing. I'm trusting the trail. No matter what we're feeling, there's one way we can't fail.